The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving a soldier chill.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, as it's called, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here we go, 46, 46. Mike 50. Gotta do better. 46.
Prescott on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. And all the pressure that goes on in these playoffs, but the first score here in the divisional round always very key.
Partner, this team handled it like it was a regular season game. That they were confident in what they were doing, came right out and established themselves early.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Check three, check three, check three. Kill.
To throw is Prescott. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Draw play. Elliott. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the counter, Elliott. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. But he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into
the last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 54th Mike, 54th Mike.
He'll try to throw now. Prescott. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
They run it with Carson. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, 91 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Now as they come up on 1st and 10.
47.
Here's Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Hey, we're going to 54. Why?
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. From just shy of midfield, Prescott. And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. He was brought down by Malik Collins.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Draw play. This is Carson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Watch 54. Watch 54. Rabbit. Mike 5-4. I'm going to run you over. Fair.
On third down, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. They'll run on first down. Carson, and this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On second down, it's Carson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with
Those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
A first carry now for Thompson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Check. Watch 54. Squeeze, double. Gun. Rush in.
On the delay, here's Carson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on the passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice game.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
To throw is Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. The 30, 10, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 58 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get a 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Right here, double count.
Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. DK Metcalf there to make the grab. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
On second down, Elliott.
Go, 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 run.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down, Dallas.
10th carry now for Elliott. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, here we go. Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh? Switch up, switch up.
On second and 9, Prescott throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9. Now Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line.
54, right there, right there. Orbit. Watch the flag.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Blue 15.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You run.
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
This is Carson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves them with a more standard second down.
Check. Watch 54.
At the 44-yard line.
That's what I do.
On second down now, it's Carson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Brings up third down and 5.
Let's get it.
The Seahawks on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5.
Go. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. I got you.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well. Second quarter action. 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
50, Mark 50, Mark 50. Let's go one more. Zoom.
First down, Prescott. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
A second down throw for Prescott. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
And a Cowboy first down.
There we go, kill. 26.
Prescott now. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
47. 26.
On second down, Prescott again. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, check. Mike 50.
Hey, kill. 26.
To the air again, Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, and that'll bring up second down. Here's Wilson, throwing again. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver, but now it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, Wilson. It's caught, blocking. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Check, check. Watch it before. Got you. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Now Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Final play of the half, Prescott. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That's trash.
To throw is Wilson. To throw on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded at the 20. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 7 yards there and a first down.
Kill.
Prescott on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Pick six, baby. Let's get
Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's Carson. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Hey, 0, 0, 0.
From the shotgun, Wilson escaping the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose.
He's got daylight. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson. 77 yards as his guys continue to pour it on.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Prescott Prescott stripped, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Target. 18. Mike 5-4. Hey, let's get that ball.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll put him north of 100 yards receiving now in this divisional round game. It's a first down.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Jim.
On first down, Carson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll pull it. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Mike's 50. All day, pump.
Here we go, 47. 26.
Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. He finds an opening past the 40. Oh, Prescott stripped. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Check. Watch 54. I got it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Carson. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd and 12.
Right there, 54 Mike.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is third down and 12. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Elliott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. To throw is Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
46.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott got his man there, complete to Gallup. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Go to 54, go to 54. Wide 8.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They go to Elliott again. Well, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And down he'll go at the 25. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. But you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Now Carson fumbles the football.
Mike, ready?
Mike, spot forward.
You must be dreaming.
On third down, it's Carson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks.